Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I had this leftover haunted house from Halloween, and sometimes when I go to Dollar Tree, I just buy too many of one item and then need to figure out how to use that item. And I thought I could turn this into a really cute Christmas gingerbread candy cane house, inspired by that awesome candy cane little black sign that Dollar Tree has. So I started with this metallic brown, and I just wasn't liking how shiny it was. So I came back in with some regular acrylic and brown and just went over it. And I think that gave it more of a gingerbread look. Then I took some popsicle sticks and a couple dowel rods and I painted them white. Now, usually at the beginning of my videos, I show you guys the items I'm going to be using, but I really didn't know what I was going to be using for this project. It was kind of one of those projects where you sit down and you start, and then it comes to you, and that's exactly how this was. I kind of knew how I wanted to decorate this home, but I didn't know what items I could use to achieve that. And while crafting, it just came to me. So I grabbed a couple of these little wooden discs, and I love these discs for country decor. And I just painted the front of it white. Like I said, I was kind of brainstorming through this whole process. Then I grabbed some Scrabble pieces because I always have like a bunch of Scrabble pieces. When I see Scrabble games at like Goodwill or a thrift store, I grab them because I know I can use those little blocks for crafting. And I painted the back where the number wasn't. I gave it a coat of white paint because I knew I'd probably be using that on my little gingerbread house as well. So this was so much fun, actually, because I didn't know where I was going with this. So it was really neat to just sit down at my craft table, start a project, and just have ideas come to me as I went along.
Dance, have a good time, dance, all night long, we're gonna dance.
So I knew I wanted this gingerbread house to have a candy cane theme. So I took some red paint, I think it was Brick from Martha Stewart, and I just started drawing on lines on those little wooden pieces, and I drew lines on the dowel rods. I didn't care if they were straight lines. I wanted like a rustic country gingerbread house, and I knew that I was not going to achieve drawing a straight line on these candy canes. I just wanted the illusion of a candy cane. So I drew some red lines on the dowel rods and the wooden pieces.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Every gingerbread house needs snow. So I took some white paint and I just dry brushed where I thought the snow would be on the peaks of the top of the roof and on the windows.
In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
I knew I wanted my windows to pop and have that Christmas feel. So those popsicle sticks that I painted at the beginning, I came back in and I hot glued them to the back of the windows in a cross shape, just to give the windows a little extra pop.
What's in my heart, and I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
I did that to every window except for the top window. The top window I kind of framed with the popsicle sticks, making it look like little shutters on each side and then framing the top and the bottom.
Making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Dance, now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on. We're gonna dance, have a good time, dance, all night long. song, we're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the
I wanted two like bigger kind of like candy cane suckers on this house, so I decided to hot glue them on either side of the house. They were a little bit too long, so I had to cut them down. Then I hot glued them to either side, and those wooden discs that we painted earlier, I put those on the top, and it kind of made it look like a candy cane popsicle. Okay, not really a candy cane popsicle. I made it look like a candy cane sucker. And this is what's fun about this little gingerbread house is you can just grab stuff in your craft stash and just let your imagination run. Because there's no wrong way to do this. Every little embellishment that you put on the house makes it so stinking cute. It really makes the gingerbread house come alive.
in Christmas times. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will
So while I'm crafting and brainstorming, I'm thinking, how can I add stuff to this little house to give the illusion of candy? And since this is a flat house, I didn't want too much sticking out on it, you know, too far, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I'm going to go grab my buttons. And Dollar Tree sells these buttons in these little cute containers, and they have so many buttons. So I always like buy a few and I'll divide them into colors. So I grabbed my little container that had like the pink and the red, different shades of red, I guess. And I decided to add buttons to the tops of the windows.
blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is
I knew this needed a couple bows on it, of course. It's a country gingerbread house. So I had some red and white. I think it was like buffalo check or gingham. I never know the difference. But I made two cute little bows just by tying just a regular bow. And I added those to the tops of the sucker. And then I wrapped the same material around my fingers, and I just made a loopy bow. I don't know what you call them. It was just a thicker bow to add to the top of the house. And I just love, once I added these bows, it just made this so cute and so Christmassy. I just love how this little gingerbread house is turning out. So while I was making my bows, I knew I needed to do something to the door, but I didn't know what at this point. And then it came to me. Put the ribbon on the back of the doors. My ribbon was very skinny, so I needed to just keep doing layers of it until the door was covered.
wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
I think that just makes that door pop, and it adds that pop of color, and it blends in with my candy cane theme. So to make a little candy cane or a little candy doorknob, I just took one of my white buttons and I glued that to the door for a doorknob. And this is just coming together, and it's so much fun. Then I took the buttons, and on those little Scrabble pieces that I made look like presents, I hot glued a tiny little red button to the center, kind of to mimic a candy bow. So this is a sign from Dollar Tree that inspired this piece. It's so cute just the way it is. So I flipped the sign over, and I flipped my gingerbread house over, and I added some hot glue to the back of the house, and then used a Jenga block to secure it to the base of the sign. Then I used two of my wooden blocks that you can get at Dollar Tree to add more sturdiness to this so it would stand up, and then came back and just added a little bit more hot glue. And it kept the sign upright, it was secure, it wasn't falling off, and I just think that's so cute. Then I came back in with those presents that I made and I added them. One kitty corner, one straight on one side, and I did the same thing to the opposite side by the door.
But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready?
It turned out so cute. I wish I had my Christmas decorations out so I could show you it with all the other stuff, but of course I haven't decorated yet. It isn't even November, but it's always good to get a head start on your DIYs. And there's the finished house. Using a haunted house from Halloween, I created a gingerbread Christmas candy cane house. I just love this little house. I hope you did too. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. Ring that bell for future notifications, and if you really like the video, give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. I hope y'all are having a blessed and wonderful day, and I hope you guys are as excited about Christmas as I am. I just love decorating my house for Christmas. I will have many more Christmas DIYs coming up, so stay tuned. I love y'all, and I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye, y'all.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.